Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. So I don't want you to do any research. I'm just going to ask you some quick questions. You tell me if you've heard of these things.
Yeah.
What's WhatsApp? Do you know what WhatsApp is?
But Liz wants you to put it on for me because she's got these tunes she wants to send to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what it is, or you don't?
It's an app. I don't know what it is. It's something that like she can transfer. She wanted to put a song on that she dragged up from somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And she
it's
said
easier to do.
But she told me how to do it, but I couldn't do it.
No,
because
understand.
I think when I went to get my car serviced, they stuffed all that up. They tried to put something on the WhatsApp, and it stuffed up my whole thing. In fact, it's also stuffed up.
It's nothing to do with the car.
No, but they put an app on. They try to put an app on.
On what? On your phone or the car?
Yeah, on my phone.
You might need to get a new phone.
Do you?
No. What's Tinder? Do you?
Yeah, I know Tinder.
You
Yeah.
use Tinder?
Well, Tinder, you can meet people online,
Yeah.
but supposedly it's you meet them and have sex, but
I haven't found that many easygoing women.
they all seem to be all
Prudes.
ex-nuns or something.
Prudes. Do you know what Bitcoin is?
Yeah, well, Bitcoin.
What do you think of Bitcoin?
I'll be too scared to, too scared to do it because it's been in the paper that it's now 375,000 or something.
No, it's about 60 Aussie
60,000
for one Bitcoin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I saw some other massive figure, but it's gone from a smaller amount to it's doubled or tripled, hasn't it? Over the last
Thousands of, depending on when you bought in.
Yeah, and but a lot of people are scared of doing it because, well, it can just flop and you got nothing. So I wouldn't invest in it because I'd be too scared. I haven't got a spare million to whack into there.
No.
I would if I had 10 million. I'd think, all right, well, I'll put $1 million in and see if it can, that will go to 4 million or 5 million. But not having, if you can't afford to lose it, the money, you shouldn't put it into Bitcoin. But some people do, and they do very well, don't they? It's
a hard one.
It's a bit like the old days with ostrich eggs.
Yes.
A lot of sea and
Yes.
jojoba beans or something.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
They all went into that, and in films too at one stage.
Look,
yeah, but ostriches were a good one. Yeah.
But the truth is, you should only invest in things you understand.
Yeah.
It's very, look. It's always these gamblers talk about the wins. They don't talk about the losses and stupid things.
No. I've seen some shocking losses on
Ostriches.
Well, especially ostriches. One of my clients he bought 3 eggs.
Yeah.
And fortunately 2 hatched, 1 didn't hatch.
Yeah.
And then the young chicks died. So it's got nothing. And then others have bought these ostriches, and by the time the ostriches are growing to big ostriches, the price had fallen away.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Because everybody's buying ostriches. There's so many ostriches, they don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The ostriches were valuable when they were scarce.
It's like
when everyone's
back in the old days, they had wasn't it in Holland the bulbs?
Tulips.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and that was
Yes.
that was the fortune. All of a sudden they're worth nothing.
Yes.
And people lost everything. In fact,
Yes.
then it was even worse because in that case, and also like people who backed ship ventures to other countries, when you're investing in the companies, you are a partner in it, and you are liable. If you invested like $1, you are liable for all your assets.
Yes.
There wasn't the concept of limited liability, which they've got now.
Yeah.
So some people put in $1, Another person they put in 100,000, but they both could lose everything.
Yes.
Even if you had a dollar, you're fully liable for everything. So that's what happened in the old days. But there's back to Bitcoin. Yeah, right. If it was $5 and you might go to $10, well, you might think, oh, I'll put in 1,000. But when you're going to go in for big amounts, the large value now, well, how much can you afford?
Well, you can buy a tenth of a Bitcoin or 100th, or you can buy any amount you want to.
Yeah, but not understanding it, that's a problem. But if you don't understand it, where do you buy it? Where do you sell it? And there's also somebody said you can at restaurants you can use it to buy a cup of tea, but there's a $10 charge for every transaction for Bitcoin. So if you buy a coffee for $10, then you got to pay an extra $10 for the transaction charge. Of
you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. No. Maybe. Some Australian government or American government should invent a American Bitcoin, a new one, you know.
Well, that's always the danger. They can outlaw it because the governments haven't got their tabs in it. You know, it's.
So I wouldn't.
No, that's a great video there.
All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Patek's came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.